in AD 2024. Stream was beginning.
What happened?
Somebody set up us a stream. Weekend, Finland.
What? Main screen, turn on. It's you.
How are you, gentlemen? All your stream are belong to us. You are on the way to entertainment.
What you say?
You have no chance to go make your time. Ha 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 ha. Captain,
Take off every meme. You know what you doing. Move, cat. For great fun.
GG.
I wish. Hi. Today, it begins. Alone in the Dark. The one, the only, the third game with the same name. Oh, Jesus. Fuck me, that was loud. Hi, Vesilento. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you're doing fine. Yes, stuck here in the dark. Yes,
Hello, this is Cool Cat. Who is this? Identify yourself. You're very, very pretty. And I'm Cool Cat, and I love you tits. Oh, ah.
Cool Cat is the best. But as I was saying, since I'm playing Alone in the Dark on my off time, because that is the topic of the next YouTube video, which, by the way, Lindo, because it's been a while, I don't know if you knew that I've actually transitioned to YouTube. One moment. Anyway, so yeah, since we're doing the Alone in the Dark retrospectives on YouTube, and we've gotten to Alone in the Dark, it is a good time to play Alone in the Dark also on stream, so I can actually have a first playthrough live, and then I can make a proper video about it later. It's still friggin' crazy that there are 3 games with the same name. Like, there's Alone in the Dark, the original. Then there's Alone in the Dark, the 2008 game. And then there's Alone in the Dark, the 2024 game. Like, holy shit. Like, at least give them a subtitle or something. But also, everybody who's on Discord already knows this, but I'm still gonna say it. I'm sure we're gonna have an Alone in the Dark Chaos in about 15, 20 years. But yeah, speaking of the 2008 Alone in the Dark, I was going into the game fully expecting to really dislike it. Because my memories of the game from when I originally played it a little bit, not too much, a little bit, were not entirely positive. But now that I've actually played through most of it,
More where that came from.
I've actually enjoyed it a surprising amount. How doing, Rustaberries? It's honestly not nearly as bad as I remembered it being. And I kinda know why I thought it was bad back in the day. And I think my kind of expectations and my kind of appreciation for different kinds of games has grown since my worst insufferable PC Master Race days. So, which obviously means that we're gonna get a lot of funny comments on the YouTube this time, because it's the same friggin' thing every single time I make a video about a game that is generally hated by the fan base of the franchise. And I don't end up hating it that much. It's always the same thing. We're gonna get a lot of comments just like Ultima 9, yeah, that was absolutely a great example. So, we're probably gonna get a lot of those kinds of comments. Again. Because I'm not angry enough about a video game. But it's also a thing that I did say, I have said multiple times that even though there are those comments, you know, those weirdos who don't think that I hate a game enough, or people who object to how I use language accurately. Those are a very small minority, because I'm also expecting that there are going to be a lot of comments who are going to go, I'm so happy that somebody else notices these good things. Because usually I just hear people shitting on it. I'm fairly certain there's going to be way more of those than there are going to be comments about people complaining that I'm not angry enough at video game. But the latter ones are pretty fucking funny. How you doing, Felon? Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those. I kind of am, because I do have a beard, so that is pretty masculine presenting. But then I also have long hair, which in some cultures isn't as much that, so... You could say I'm, Jesus Christ presenting. No. See, Shan, I'm Western Jesus, not historically accurate Jesus. There's a difference. Western Jesus is pretty much just Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is, and that's why I like those comments, because they are fucking funny. People just get angry at the dumbest friggin' things. Like, Chaos did a good example of one of those language things that people did get angry at when, well, like one person got angry at when I used the term masculine presenting to describe a genderless energy being manifesting on a plane of existence. People be what people be. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the Alone in the Dark that was released last year. And this time, it's a reboot. So let's see how it is. I'm actually kind of excited to see how a new Alone in the Dark goes. So, main screen, turn on. Main screen. Thank you. Alright, then I just have to... do that, and... I mean, Shan, I fucking wish. I mean, Shan, if somebody were to boot me... Okay, fine. Here's a promise. Shut up for a while, Alone in the Dark. Here's a promise. If somebody boots me during Alone in the Dark, I'm gonna do at least one full stream of Alone in the Dark Illumination after we're done with this one. And for those who do not know, Alone in the Dark Illumination is the most maligned Alone in the Dark because it is basically a co-op shooter. Yeah, exactly. Alone in the Dark Illumination, where you're not alone, you're not really in the dark. It is, I don't know exactly what it is. But I do promise, if somebody boots during this AITD, we're gonna at least check it out on stream. And also, I don't know, Mel. I have yet to actually play the game. So I don't know what kind of a reboot this is. But I do appreciate this option. That there's this copyright music enabled option. Now I've turned them off, which should help with streaming platforms. How you doing, Gino? What if it was Friends in the Dark? I mean, that would be a more accurate name. So, I think they should have named it that, yeah. I mean, you have lights in every game, every Alone in the Dark. I mean, even in Alone in the Dark 2008, lighting is a big mechanic in a lot of segments. So, you know, I don't really mind that part. I'm doing pretty well, Gino. Thank you. But now, let us check how this begins.
Hello, this is Cool Cat. Who is this? Identify yourself. You're very, very pretty! And I'm Cool Cat, and I love you tits!
Should we go with standard or hard? I don't really know if this game is actually going to be difficult on hard. Or if it's going to be one of the really painfully hard survival horror games. I mean, this does say that we can change it through the options menu, so if it gets too difficult, we can just go lower, right? So let's start with hard. Guidance. We gotta go old school. Hard and old school. Well, that's a nice callback to the original, which also started with a frog. And now the car. Never mind. Alligator first.
Frog, friggin' frog! It's not funny!
Okay, those are nice homages to the original, I gotta admit.
So, your uncle. What's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something like that. He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
What do you make of it?
It's nonsense, of course, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
Possession?
No, Detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
But Jeremy didn't kill himself. Is that why he's at your setup?
Despite being convinced that he is truly possessed, he decided to put his last chips on Dr. Gray and his psychoanalysis, figuring he might stumble upon some cure.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy accusing the staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult. And now they are also out to get him.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
It's not real, it's not happening again. It's all in your head.
We're all terribly insignificant. That people mean so very little to one another. That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't worth getting.
Here we are.
Yeah, that was a classic alone in the dark
My
window
uncle's
shot.
not well, Mr. Carnby. I want to make sure he's all right.
Then what's my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone. Did you bring a gun?
Yeah. You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
What exactly are we gonna do when we find Jeremy?
I don't know. Let's just find him first.
Okay, then choosing a character. Well, considering it is Alone in the Dark, I guess we do have to Are we gonna go with the character
Hello,
who...
this is Cool Cat. Who is this? Identify yourself. You're very, very pretty. And I'm Cool Cat, and I love you. Tits. Oh, oh, ah.
Are we gonna go with it? See, this is why I turned off the chat. Are we gonna go with the character who became the de facto main character of the franchise, or the one who was the de facto main character of the original game? That is a tough choice. Yeah, I kind of figured it out. I wouldn't call those huge, though, but, you know. Alright, everybody, make your jokes about her name. I know you want to. Get it out of your system. Go on.
I'm masturbating.
There we go.
Hello?
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
This is a big place. Maybe they're on the other side of the house.
Stay here. I'll have a look.
Okay, so there are some minor changes to the story already, which kind of makes sense. Considering they wanted a reason, at least for both of the characters to be here. I'm also gonna make the subtitles larger. Yeah, we don't start in the attic. Instead, we are looking for a way into the house. We're not just... because this time, we're starting in a position where the place hasn't been abandoned. Yeah, there is a little bit too much blur, and I turned it down as much as possible. It is a little low. No, now I could turn it off. Okay, perfect. Because I tried turning it off before I started, but it refused to go. Guess I misclicked it. Much better. I generally don't like motion blur at all.
What's this?
We have a flashlight. And a kitchen garden key. Okay, that's kind of a nice system.
Hello, this is Cool Cat. Who is this? Identify yourself. You're very, very pretty. And I'm Cool Cat, and I love you tits. Oh, oh, ah.
Alright, pistol bullets. Not entirely. Oh,
Well, I don't think I'll be able to get in there.
I do like to do some exploring. So there's something we have to come to later. Hello. What's that?
I'm not entirely sure.
It looks like a piece of something. So we gotta come back there as well. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to come back everywhere at some point. A 6? Maybe. I'm sure we'll come back to it at some point. Fucking
This
bird.
must be older than Derceto. They've built the house around it.
Oh no. That tree probably goes very far down. Just saying.
Hello.
Hey, is this Wild Bill for America?
Okay, that's
Yes, it
interesting.
is.
Let's get drunk and
Didn't change the...
get butt naked and have adult fun.
I'm having trouble understanding you.
I do have a Trumpster by Butthole challenge. If you think you can prove you got a virgin butthole, step up to the podium.
Mister,
Yeah.
do not call me back. I don't care to put up with your BS.
Fuck you, Wild Bill.
Darren, thank you very much for the bob. It was a bob. For some reason For some reason it didn't change the text in the thingy. Which is very weird. But Theron, thank you very much for the bob. It is very much appreciated. I just want to check one thing because it updated everything except that one thing. So unless they have changed the... Unless they have changed the name in the API. One moment. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't update that one. Oh, I know exactly why it didn't do that one. I had done a boo-boo. In the bob specifically. Perfect. It's fixed. Thank you. And again, Theron, thank you very much for the bob. The support is very much appreciated. And Chaos! Chaos! This time somebody else broke it. See? This time somebody else found something that was broken. So it's not just you. See? 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 Well, thank you, Felon. I knew somebody would see it. Also, yeah, that tree is very sus. For some reason. I don't know why it would be, you know. I just don't like certain trees. No, Shan, we'll remember nothing. Shh. Here's Johnny. A family Bible, you say?
Every day your silence weighs a little heavier. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and many have lost all hope. I read in the papers about people suffering. Pictures of dust-covered landscapes without a drop of water. I wish I knew if you were still tending the earth, or if you had turned your back against us. I have started to look for help elsewhere. I pray you will tell me if I am going down a path that you find disagreeable. With help from Baptiste and Charlotte, I found comfort in the practice of the voodoo. I have long been skeptical of that Caribbean cult, but it's been of good use to me. It seems all harmless in my book. I say some words dreamt up by the Creoles, and I carry around a small pocket of gree-gree. Nothing of this is mentioned in the Bible, of course, but the French Quarter priestess tells me it's all connected. She says the Christian God is just one more perspective on the creator of things. That's what I like to think, but the other way around, that the spirits of her faith are just aspects of you, our Heavenly Father. I am so grateful for the words you gave Mr. Hartwood. We will sing your praises at St. John's Eve. The world will be blessed soon again. Only the sacrifices of the Old Testament compare to your demands. Let it be the truth. A mother of earth, wood, and dirt. A mother of 1,000 young.
Sacred sand, $1. Black cat oil, $1.50. Devil shoestrings, $0.25. That makes $2.75, madame.
What was that you were telling the doctor? A goat without horns. What does that mean?
Ah, you must have misheard me, madame. I said no such thing.
Please, I know I don't look like any of you, but I'm devout. I'm ready to do what it takes.
Do not be so eager to sacrifice the few things you have left, madam. Now please, leave my store.
A goat without horns?
I'm guessing that is important. A goat without horns. Well, we're not gonna find one of those here. Considering that, the entire chat is very horny.
I'll just take this.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. With these jokes, having a drink is probably a good idea. I'm just grabbing everything I can find. We are in America, Shan. Sabotage.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined. Let's wait for Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak. Mr. Waits.
The real question is who doesn't?
That doesn't look safe.
Yeah, it doesn't. This also looks like it's missing pieces. Not terribly fond of all of the noises I hear, by the way. Just saying. Okay, that seems to go inside the house. So let's go to this direction first. Lagniappe, what the fuck is that? A collectible. Okay. Lagniappes are non-essential items that you can find throughout the game. Completing sets will uncover forbidden knowledge and sometimes even more.
I need the key.
Lagniappes carry over from game to game. Some sets can't even be completed without playing both of Carnby's and Emily's campaign. Okay. Good to know. So I came from there. No, I did visit here. Right. No, I came from here. That's the key thing. What do we have here? Another Lagniappe. Rat poison. A Great Depression. I mean, I guess syringe and rat poison could be related to a Great Dep... What?
What was that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking. No, it hasn't been yet, because we came here with the impression that Jeremy Hartwood and the servants would be here. Yet we have yet to see anyone. So it's Lanyap. Pigs Roy enough that Santos might be interested in. And Chaos, I very much appreciate you. The pipes are making some interesting noises. Deseto floor plans. Okay, good. This can be useful. Yatsiki.
What's this?
Yeah, I'm kinda guessing that there are gonna be some other differences as well, Shan. Exactly, Chaos. A pizza key. And Lotte's diary.
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy. I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lately. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait. I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
1932, I think.
I need the key.
Alright, so... library's locked. That looks like blood. Or gin.
I need the key.
I fucking swear that this thing is gonna come alive at some point.
Wait, don't.
Who the fuck are you?
Excuse me? Do you know where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Of course not.
McCarthy, what are you doing? I told you not to lose sight of the girl.
Okay, we found some
Don't you worry,
servants.
Mags. I'll find that little rascal.
Who are you people? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. His name is Jeremy Hartwood.
What are you doing, child? You shouldn't be alone. Go find McCarthy.
Who are you? Are you here for the Fey Dodo?
Go upstairs now.
My name is Emily Hartwood. I'm the niece of Jeremy Hartwood. This is Detective Carnby.
The police? Why are you here?
No, I'm a private investigator. Sorry to bother you. My client's worried about her uncle. He's a patient here at Tercetto. If you don't mind, could you direct us where to find him?
No, I can't. Jeremy has gone missing. If you leave your information, I will make sure to contact you.
Wait, he ran away?
No, he won't leave the house. He's around here somewhere, and both of our orderlies are looking for him.
That's unacceptable. Where's Dr. Gray? I want to speak with him immediately.
Fine, I'll ask him. Wait here and don't touch anything.
Do you want to see Jeremy's room?
Can you show us?
Follow me.
I'm kind of confused about it myself at this point still. I'm trying to get over
Thank you.
thinking this is the first game. Because it's
Strange
not.
kid.
So I can't use my...
Let's look around, see what we can find.
So I can't use my assumptions of how things went in the original. Because that would just confuse me, right? Everything be locked. The commonplace book. What's the bet that this isn't really commonplace?
Every night the dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room, counting the days until my spirit spills out of my tired shape. Only his pallid mask shelters my remaining sanity. Staring directly into the face of that demonic sultan would surely sunder time itself. Would he have looked the same to my father as he struggled for his life? Does his veiled face haunt my niece quite the same way? I wish so that I could rest my soul in that sunburnt convent of Tarawea. Would I find you there, Juan? Or Senora Pirosi? Back from the beyond. Every night I hide from him, moving from one misshapen memory to another. Scenes conjured out of fantasy and delirium. Places I struggle to even paint. I wish I understood your death, Senora. Is there anything I could do for you but bury you in that bleak necropolis? That triumphant chapel rising above the ledges and the oven vaults shall be your sepulchre, where you may rest, and I shall weep. How did you first come to understand such things, Senora? How did you know that the battered boiler in the basement would lead me to Lafayette Cemetery? Or how the old upstairs clock, with its astronomical motifs, would take me to that hateful mound outside of Claremont Harbor? Those are my memories, my past. Is there perhaps a chance, if ever so small, for me to see Tarawaya? Oh, I want that more than anything. Please, let my talisman take me there. Let me sit with Juan under his Bodhi tree. Despite having sold me that talisman, Miss Jackson, the voodoo priestess, revealed none of her secrets to me. That's why I had to travel to Tonka. Instead, she cruelly told Baptiste, my caretaker, that he would be betrayed and killed in the most awful way, that the one he loved would pierce his thigh with a sharp spear, and that he would be devoured by his own mother. What a terrible thing to say.
Yeah, like I said, this doesn't seem like a very commonplace book.
The people of Deseto are becoming dangerous. They do not understand what they are doing. I must do something to stop them. I tried talking to Dr. Gray, but he confuses my worries. He's caught up in treating me. How can he expect evil to be cured with medicine and conversation? The orderlies, the housekeeper, and the patients are all deranged. They will call upon evil to enter this world. All will be lost. Everything. Unless I can find the clerk, Mr. Waite. He seems to be a clear-thinking man. Maybe Beauregard. The dark man offered me a prison, and I accepted. I signed that miscarried contract and entered the dark pact. Everyone is safe, except for me.
There are always these numbers. 358. That's the piece we saw in the sewer. Or in the well. Hello there.
I found a commonplace book.
What's that?
A notebook with all kinds of stuff in it. Do you know a place called Tarawaya?
Never heard of it. Is it close?
I've no idea. Just seems like it was a place Jeremy wanted to visit.
Good to know.
I also got to see one thing. He did draw the bulge.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Looks like a talisman.
You mean like this one?
Can you find me a knife to cut the canvas? I want to take this with me.
You want to take the painting? Sure, I'll find one.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to become the Green Goblin.
I
found this tube as well. Should keep it safe for you. Do you want to carry it, or should I? Miss Hartwood? Emily?
I'll take it. Thank you.
We're done here, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know how to do any of this.
Listen, I think we should talk to Dr. Gray. He must know something about what's going on around here.
Okay. Let's do that.
Come on, I don't want to be here all night.
Detective Carnby? Where did... What on earth is happening? What is this place?
Okay. I admit that was pretty clever. Because I swear, we all had the same thought. Right? When the people just appeared out of nowhere. We just had that, oh fucking great, this is, you know... This game is that well done, huh? We all had that thought, didn't we? And then... the game throws a curveball. And, it might have been deliberate. I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. Because now I'm thinking that we weren't even in the same version of the house until we opened up the front door. And from the perspective of everybody else, they probably just saw us coming through the front door. I mean, actually, it is very subtle. I don't know if it shows in this one. While they are not fully functioning mirrors, in the... like, you can... well, actually, this one seems to be pretty well, but they have these, a lot of these, you know, thingies and whatever in front of them, so you can't really see the reflection that well. And often the reflection kind of just looks like a shadow. But they are kind of functional, they are just relatively low resolution and the frame rate is lower than in the main game. Yeah, it's not ray tracing, it's the old style of using it with a different camera. Oh shit! Reload, bitch! I guess we found Pete Moss. Yeah, I prefer Hangar 18. No, I am actually quite intrigued so far. And while the game started with a nice homage to the
This can't be.
very first original game. Okay. It has gone... No, it's not just a remake. It's a reboot that goes its own direction. And while, like I was saying, while it started with nice homages to the original, it very quickly established that it is also gonna be its own thing.
Emily, is that you?
Baptiste?
How'd you get here?
I was back at Dorsetto. Looking for my Uncle Jeremy?
Jeremy's your uncle. I didn't know.
Why would you? You're still working at Dorsetto?
Yeah, both me and Lotta stuck around. We're real orderlies now. You remember my sister Lotta, don't you?
What happened, Baptiste? How are we here?
You know about the dark man haunting your uncle?
I'm familiar with his mental state.
I think we all in his head somehow. Because these streets are real, but they're not like on any map. Nah, this is like when you remember something, but in the wrong way.
Do you know how to get back to Dorsetto? I'm not safe here.
Truer words have yet been spoken, Mrs. Marcus.
Don't call me that. It's Miss Emily Hartwood. There's no reason to call me anything else.
I'm sorry, Miss Emily. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. This place ain't safe for no one. There's evil hiding in the dark.
How do I get back?
Only Jeremy knows how. He has this juju necklace guiding him.
You mean this talisman?
Mm-hmm. Just like it. He says it's been protecting him ever since he got it from Miss Jackson down the street.
You know where it came from? Have you been there?
I was there no more than 1 hour ago looking for Jeremy. Locked it up to keep the ghouls from getting inside. You can have the key if you want.
Thank you. I'll take a look.
Stay safe, miss.
Is this real magic? Is this just fantasy? Am I quite insane, or is
Not
this
real, it's not
really
happening again. It's all
happening?
in your head.
It was one of the guys in, when I get back, 1918, John Marcus. I'm guessing John Marcus didn't get back.
Dearest Emily, Deseto is the prey of evil, and now they're all in on it. The staff and all the patients are nothing more than a mindless cult set to awaken the bayou. I see now that it was wrong of me to try to survive the madness of the Dark Man. You will also learn that soon enough. Every hour that passes where I deny him his right to my sanity makes it worse for the people I care about. He perfectly staged his world in order to conduct my fall. And I have to fall, Emily. Stay away, my dearest niece. Stay as far away from Deseto as you can. Someday you may understand what I've done. May God forgive me. Farewell, Jeremy Hall.
Also, they somehow have some sort of history, which apparently has something to do with this John Marcus fella. Because he's that guy in the image. Black Sunstone. Listen, I hope you don't mind, but I'm trying to take all the stuff here. Considering this place isn't likely even real, I don't think you mind.
Are you staying here?
For a while. Want to see if Jeremy shows up.
Your sister. She also works at Derceto?
Yeah, she the one who got us jobs.
Be careful, okay?
You said it, miss.
Oh, we didn't get our Shepherd Rex moment there. Yeah, that's the thing. I have always liked those kinds of stories where you're left questioning. I'm sure there's going to be enough shooting and all that other jazz later on, but... Then who was phone? Ah, Jesus, it's been a while since I've heard that one.
What's this?
Ah! Fuck! And I'm kind of assuming that the pipe can break. Yeah, but, oh, for fuck's sake, now the UI went. Note the icon next to the pipe. I'm assuming the pipe is also consumable. Because that would be way too good to have without it being breakable. Okay, fuck. Ah, fuck. Wrong button. I already forgot the button.
My weapon broke.
And there's the breakable part. Oh god, I hate... Oh shit, I hate this enemy, by the way. Oh god. I saw it from close up and now I hate it. I hate it so much.
I would not call that a success.
Now go away from me. Get away from me. Okay, in my defense, I hate that enemy with a passion. Well, Theron for me, it couldn't have been much worse. I'll be honest. And I'm sure that by looking at it closely enough, oh god, it just gets fucking worse. See, I have this thing about worms.
I can't go that way.
Ah, fuck. Sorry, that fucking enemy made me itch. I hate it so much. 'Cause it came out of fucking nowhere. It got to me a little bit. I'm acclimating to the idea. I mean, none of us knew. Now we know.
The boy ends up reacting the same way any guy would if you were to take away his porn. Axe to the face!
I mean, this time it actually... Ooh. A Molotov. This time that was actually fucking perfect. Yeah, that's how they work. Burn, motherfucker, burn.
I would not call that a success.
I mean, it could have gone better. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to move from there. Oh, that's good to know now. Yeah, I could have given that a little bit earlier. Another Lagniappe. A Juju. You know how much I hate that word now? Because it sounds like something completely different. We found a Juju. Not just a Jew, but a Juju.
This must be Miss Jackson's place. Let's see if we can find out more about Jeremy's talisman. It looks exactly like Jeremy's talisman.
An old talisman shaped over centuries. The engraving of the numbers looks to be less than 100 years old, but the base could be from antiquity. The polished black sunstone in the middle has a glass finish and occasionally gives the impression of hiding a picture within itself. I used the talisman to get back to Deseto. Okay, we can place it there. Yeah, because in the English language there's this whole thing of using the same word twice to give it emphasis. Like, for example, saying It's not just a video game. It's a video game.
I think it's meant to hold the talisman.
I think.
I'm not sure what numbers I should use. Maybe there's something in Jeremy's notes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where I need to... Which is the... Now here's the thing. Where do I need to... Where do I need to direct them? I mean, I'm gonna check it soon, because... Yeah, I'm gonna take a short little break. I'm also gonna get myself something to drink. And I'm gonna truly shake off the whole wormy things. Because they were fucking gross. Okay, first impressions. I am quite enjoying this. I don't know, and one of the parts that I really like is that while I have my still have my assumptions about some of the stuff about the end, I'm quite glad that the middle seems to be very different. And I have no idea where this is going. Which is not something that every reboot or remake does. Because there's often this thing with reboots or remakes where, well, both of them, that they try to, you know, hit all of the possible things, you know, trying to reference absolutely everything, while not really doing their own thing properly. But I think this one has established its own identity really well. Yeah, exactly, Shandis. That was the part, you know, not the part when the NPCs appeared, because at that point I just thought it was, you know, just being cheap with the programming, just having them appear out of nowhere. But then the point after that, when characters disappeared and other things appeared, making it show that it wasn't an accident, it wasn't a programming thing, it was deliberate. And that was, in my opinion, a really great way to properly, you know, establish the own identity of this version. And I really enjoyed that. But now, I'm gonna take that little break, and I'll be back. Okay, I'll be honest. I had thought that yeah, I'll probably take this a shorter stream today and end a little bit earlier so I can take the bicycle to work. Yeah, fuck that, I'm driving.
Emily found this waking dream disturbingly persuasive. If this was Jeremy's world, what did that mean? Was the Hartwood family suffering a literal curse? Was the dark man, that ghoulish specter haunting Jeremy, an actual supernatural being? Emily pushed her thoughts aside and focused. She needed to find out about the talisman and get back to Descent.
I miss the old Marvel, before they went woke.
I mean, good for you, Reactbot. There's always 3, 5, and 8. Three on the outer, 5 on the middle, 8 on the small. But where do I need to aim them? That is the question. Like that.
What's that picture in the glass? Where is that?
I don't know, but it's another reference to the original game. Maybe. Because that kind of looks like the Native American rug. A little bit. Yeah, it has a similar pattern at least.
Good to see you again, Miss Hartwood. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. She also alerted me that you brought a detective with you. I'm very curious to hear what this is all about.
Emily must be fucking confused at this point.
You don't remember me, do you, Miss Hartwood? We met at your family's house in the Garden District, when your uncle was about to be admitted under my care.
No, I remember. Sorry. I'm not really feeling well.
Oh, well, in that case, have a seat. Let me make you a drink. I don't seem to have made much of an impression on you.
Oh, can I pause?
On the other hand, I can vividly recall you and your parents.
Because of our cheerful disposition, I'm sure.
You are far too intelligent to think that. You come from a joyless family, Miss Hartwood. The only amusement I took from my visit was discovering that the young lady's drink was an old-fashioned.
Very astute. Is that supposed to make you seem attentive or intelligent?
Whatever you prefer. Are you ready to tell me why you are here, Miss Hartwood? And why you brought a detective?
I received a letter from my uncle. He seemed certain that he was in danger here. If I find out you're treating him badly, I'll be taking him back with me to New Orleans.
Really? Is he going to live with you in your tiny garçonniere? That would be a spectacular way to ratify your spinsterhood. Because you are well aware that your father would never let him back in his house. No, I have it. Maybe you can bring him back up north. You've been wanting to move back for quite a few years, haven't you? You always preferred your mother's side of the family. Jeremy is free to leave with you. I won't object. However, there is one problem, as you might have learned. He is, in fact, missing.
Do you know where he could have gone?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I have my staff looking for him. I'm sure he will show up eventually. Especially if he learns that you are here. He is quite fond of you.
What can you tell me about his condition? I never heard a proper diagnosis. What is your medical opinion of him?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, depressed, even. He suffers from a perceived lack of order in his inner and outer life. He constantly complains about events not presenting themselves according to their divine nature.
And the Dark Man?
Hard to tell if it was ever anything specific. Jeremy uses the Dark Man as a psychological scapegoat to avoid facing the truth that he is in any way at fault.
Oh, so he's like
You don't
Ethan
think there
Klein.
can be any truth
Always
to the
blaming
Dark Man's
Hassan.
supernatural existence?
Why would you ask that?
Can we ever be sure?
If the Dark Man is some sort of evil presence that is in possession of Jeremy?
Well...
I assure you, any evidence that you experience supporting that claim is purely delusional. Don't get caught up in mass hysteria, Miss Hartwood. You wouldn't want to take your uncle's place in this hospital, would you?
I'll be leaving now, Doctor. I need to keep looking for my uncle.
Do so, Miss Hartwood. I'll let you know if he shows up.
Detective Carnby! God, I'm glad to see you. I was afraid you had left.
Me? You're the one who just disappeared.
It's... hard to explain. I think I blacked out. It was like I went somewhere else.
It's okay, miss. You're clearly upset.
No, it's... I don't know what's happening.
This is a very stressful situation for you, I understand.
Ugh, no, you don't understand.
Just take a deep breath. Why don't you sit down, smoke some of the Perique? If you want, I could even drive you back to New Orleans. I just want to have a talk with Dr. Gray first.
I want to stay. I found a talisman just like the one in the painting. I think I might be able to figure out where Tarawea is, where Jeremy wanted to go.
That's great. Just stay out of trouble, okay? Let me handle the investigation.
Now I want to know what Carnby
I'm not
experienced
crazy,
during
Detective.
that time.
Not yet.
Okay, catch you later.
Also, the thought I had,
If a
which is...
talisman like this can open up doors between the French Quarter and Derceto, then maybe Jeremy is hiding in some strange other world. Like Tarawea, the place he mentioned in the book. No matter where he is, it's clear that my search won't be limited to Derceto.
Maybe. I wonder if I can do that. So I don't know if this has multiple save slots. It does. That's not a bad idea. How you doing, Blackbird? And Chaos!
I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend.
Thank you for sponsoring this internship to a wonderful Shanarith. Thank you so much for your support. And Shan, WTF, welcome to Finland. But yeah, the thought that I had, which is probably not true because Carnby is involved. But what if Emily is the patient? Yeah, I know, I did a different save. I can skip the... I can skip the starting cutscene thingy now, because... Now, if there was no Carnby, then this could be a Shutter Island type situation, where she's already the patient. But with Carnby's involvement, because I had time to think during that cutscene, but with Carnby's involvement, because I doubt he is. So it wouldn't make sense then that he's driving her here and she would be a patient, so that wouldn't make sense. Also, I do know one spoilery thing, which was kind of concerning at first, but now I'm actually intrigued, which is that the very starting tutorial is actually
Hello?
Looks
identical.
abandoned.
It can't be. There has to be someone around.
Wait here. I'll go around back.
I know because I started with Carnby when I was testing whether the game actually works. And I ran around testing the loadings between areas. So I know that the very beginning is actually identical, so we're just gonna rush through it. Until we get to the point where the pair again separates.
Now what do we got here?
I don't know, and I wanna know. That's the thing. Like, generally when I'm playing a game that has 2 campaigns, I'm not usually feeling the kind of necessity to immediately go, I want to know what happened in the other part.
There.
But this time, that feeling is very strong. It's the whole, I need to fucking know. What is gonna be different? What happens with Carnby? 'Cause surely it isn't the same, right? Especially since with the Lanyap's, we were told that both of the characters have different ones during their adventures, meaning that we are gonna...
What?
We are gonna be in different places. Also, did I say hi, Blackbird? I don't remember. Hi, Blackbird. Shan, I'm guessing that the left audio channel probably answers that. Soul whisper more than meets the eye.
Don't Mind if I do?
I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend.
Every day your silence weighs a little heavy.
Yeah, good for you. That's where the lanyard was. That is very fair, Blackbird. Yeah, there's the empty one, one with the NPCs, and one in the city.
I need the key.
When I was a young boy, I grew up on the farm. I'm a country boy. And I used to fuck the cows and the pigs. I used to fuck the pigs and the cows would come and I would pat them and look into their eyes.
Thank you for
Tits.
that too. But also thank you for telling us that, Santos. Definitely, Shan. Thank you for the tit. It is very much appreciated.
Please
the
do
support
not touch the boiler.
is immensely appreciated. Thank you so much.
That doesn't look safe.
We have almost raised enough money for Alone in the Dark illumination during this stream, which is nice. Yeah, sorry I ran through that too quickly, Shan. See, this is what I mean, that the effect is often such that you can barely see that it's a reflection. Like, it is still a reflection, but it is so strongly filtered that you can barely see it. And that is another thing. Is that because we're in that that is a very good point. Because when we were in the nighttime world, in the French Quarter, the mirror looked different. The mirror was more zoomed in and fish-eyed, but it was more clear. Whereas in this one, the mirror is murky and has this kind of what is it? The kind of infinity room type effect. That's a very good point. At first I thought it was just masking the mirror effect. Because I thought that it was a technical limitation kind of thing. But then, that is a very good point. That could probably be intentional as well. Having different effects in the different... Listen, I'm really liking this so far.
Sunday, June.
I mean, yeah, it can very easily falter still. But I'm going to enjoy the fact that it at least has some promise.
I need the key.
We didn't check upstairs the last time.
It's wedged shut.
Like, for example, what's this? This square has... Considering everything so far, I'm fairly certain...
Looks important.
That square has to have some meaning.
Oh.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods in an act to protect American labor. Following the collapse of the Wall Street stock market on October 24 last year, American industry has suffered greatly. Thousands of companies have gone bankrupt and left a large part of the American workforce unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act has been signed by President Herbert Hoover. By regulating commerce with foreign countries, the government hopes to encourage the industries of the United States to compete with cheap foreign imports. Superstition on rise. New Orleans voodoo stores and spiritual mediums see increased profit during troubled times. While the market has faced hard times ever since Black Thursday of last year, voodoo doctors and snake charmers see significant rise in number of customers. With the coming Eve of St. John on the 23rd, the police expect increased cult activity around Bayou St. John, the southern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Voodoo rituals in that area on the Eve of St. John have a long tradition reaching back to the first snake worshippers brought as slaves from West Africa. During the 19th century, its practice was popularized by the legendary Marie Laveau and has since been embraced by many of the Creoles and the surviving aristocracy of the French Quarter. Author seeks asylum. Rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home verified. Derceto Hospital is an old plantation building on the eastern shores of Lake Pontchartrain. While often considered an asylum for the insane, residing Dr. Elmore Lee Gray prefers to think of it as a convalescent home, a place where you can go to rest. The patient list is kept secret, but thought to include many of the black sheep of wealthy families, because at Derceto, treatment does not come for free. Local author Cassandra Beauregard has now been confirmed by her own admission. She's been lauded as a powerful Creole voice and written many successful books. Lately it was reported from Hollywood that she has finished a moving picture manuscript titled Slaughter Gulch. That film is set to hit the theaters next year.
Well, that's a reference as well.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
Theron, congratulations for being redeem-rolled. But yeah, I don't remember, were the Herbert Hoover tariffs before or after the giant financial crash of the United States? You know, all that Derceto needs to do now is just, you know, write Work makes you free on the gate.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Good timing, especially considering from whom the reaction came from. Last time we went towards the front door, so we triggered the thingy. And that is my thoughts exactly, Theron.
I need the key.
Alright. I guess that's all we can explore without triggering the cutscene.
Thanks.
What are you doing? Who are you?
Whoa, pardon me, excuse me. My name is Edward Carnby, private investigator. I hope you don't mind we let ourselves inside.
I do mind. This is private property. You can't just barge in here.
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. It's urgent, and no one was answering the door.
We can't hear you knocking anymore. None of us can. Who is your uncle, darling?
Jeremy. Am I right? She has that Heartwood gloom, doesn't she?
That's right. I'm Emily Hartwood. I just came to make sure my uncle is all right.
Well, he is unavailable right now. You will have to come back another day.
Unavailable how? Is he sleeping? We can wait.
He's lost.
They also didn't just appear out of nowhere in the same way.
Again, Miss Hartwood?
My name's Edward Carnby. I'm a private investigator.
Splendid.
Enough! All of you, get back to your rooms. McCarthy, keep your eyes on the child. And you two, please leave immediately.
Look, we're not here to cause any trouble. Just let us see the old man, satisfy the curiosity of my client here, and we'll be off.
Jeremy has gone missing. There's no need to worry, but it might be some time before he turns up. The whole staff is looking for him.
What? He ran off?
I don't have time for any of this. Please, come back tomorrow.
All right, in that case, we'll just wait in his room. You don't mind, do you? It's upstairs, right?
Wait, you can't.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In the corridor. It's the first door on your left. I'll tell Dr. Gray you're here.
Excellent. Thank you, madam. All right, here we are.
Let's look around. See if we can dig up any clues.
Okay, this was a very good idea. Go chapter to chapter. Because the differences are already starting to show. I very much am chaos. Nah, it's just this mirror is still different. But then again, we might now be in a different... we might now be in a different Deseto. Because now there are people.
Anything important I should look out for? Did he keep a diary?
Not that I know of. but it wouldn't surprise me.
Quite the artist, your uncle. Paintings, sculptures. I don't know much about modern art, but he seems dedicated.
Jeremy is a fairly well-known landscape painter in New Orleans. You've probably seen more of his work than you realize.
We should go talk to the doctor that the housekeeper mentioned.
Dr. Gray? I suppose. Let's just do a little more digging first, okay?
Sure, no rush.
Every night the dark man stands.
And this too is same. Okay.
I found a book full of peculiar notes. Have you heard of something called Tarawea?
No. What's that?
I might be reading too much into this, but I think it's the place he wants to go to.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a clue.
Now let's open the box.
Hey, you know anything about this? Looks like some sort of talisman.
No, I don't. Oh, help me out here, will you?
I would kill the guy, throw some of this stuff out. I'd be crazy too if I had this much junk lying around.
Yeah, I think it's kinda how Emily hears the guy as a stereotypical 30s detective.
Oh, wow. That's striking. I want to save this one. All right, come on. I want to go see Dr. Gray. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Miss Hartwood. Emily? What the hell is going on? Where am I?
Okay, so we do know now that there is at least some parts repetition, some things change. I mean, there has to be some differences because we have different lanyards, right? So there must be larger differences as well. Yeah, I think the mirror is probably the same again as it was the last time. It does have a little bit more grime on it. Than in the house version. Hey, buddy. I mean, we have started just staring at different reflections, so the name of the book is very apt already. But I am very intrigued about...
I can't go that way.
Also, the differences. Because just like Chaos mentioned as well, the demeanor of both of the characters is different.
What the hell is going on?
Because I was kind of expecting, considering this is not exactly a AAA game, I was kind of expecting that there wouldn't be too many differences, and a lot of the cutscenes and stuff would be the same in the different campaigns. But even those, while they are the same, they're also not. I mean, definitely not. It's not an indie game, but it's also not a AAA budgeted game. Because it is a part of the Embracer Group portfolio. So it does have a big money publisher behind it. It just doesn't have the big money. So it's not an indie.
Don't let them get inside, combat. They're not the good kind.
No, we didn't get attacked.
Are you... Is this your store?
Immediately.
There are no owners here. We both strangers in Jeremy's story.
Jeremy did this. How?
The pact with the dog man. Jeremy warned us, but we didn't think much of it.
I'm Detective Edward Carnby. I was hired by Jeremy's niece to find him.
Oh, yeah? How much you paying you?
$150.
She's sure getting her money's worth tonight. Are you a thinking man, compare?
No, not if I can help it.
You know, I think Jeremy's hiding in a way we can't find him. He has this juju necklace that guides him.
The talisman?
That's right. It's some magic charm he got from Miss Jackson down the street.
The voodoo priestess?
You know surprising things, compare. Yeah, the Mama Loa. Here, take the key. I locked the gate to save her place from all the ghouls and goblins getting inside. Maybe if you go there, you can find some clues to show you the way.
Thanks. I'll have a look.
Ghouls and ghosts. Dun 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 dun. So, did you have anything I could steal? I don't remember.
You want to come along?
Nah, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
Anything I can do for... Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Baptiste. Just tell my sister Lottie I'm alright if you see her.
Alright, I'm heading out.
Be careful out there.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't know how to explain this, but like, if we are now part of the story as each of the characters, are then all of the other people, you know, how much are they affected by our own personalities in this weird place? But regardless, it is, I am very happy that even though, even right now we're going through the same area and all that jazz, but it's not just direct copy-paste of the same cutscenes, of the same dialogues, just with a different character there. But there are some actual differences to how and what we learn.
Hey.
I mean, gotta tap that dick. Oh fuck, I think he saw me. Oh no, that's too much. Ew, ew, ew. I don't like. Look at that worm vomit was, not nice.
I can't go that way.
Oh boy.
Oh.
They have decided on some, fairly gross creatures. So in that sense, I do have to commend them for the creature design. Because they are fucking gross. Yeah, there is some jank in the game. Undoubtedly. I don't think I'm gonna throw it through that thing. No, it didn't burn completely. Oh boy. Yeah, this time the creature wasn't bugged. Gotta try and I'm trying to learn how to balance the usage of bullets and also the breakable melee weapons.
I recognize this place. It's Miss Jackson's seance parlor. Let's see if she's got any information on Jeremy's talisman.
See, now we are a paranormal detective, right? So instead of knowing some people from the Desetto, we instead know the voodoo lady. So this place is then familiar to Carnby, while it wasn't
like
for...
the one in the painting. I think it's meant for the talisman.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it needs numbers, like coordinates. Maybe there's something in Jeremy's notes.
Maybe. And maybe I knew it already.
It's showing something. Place? Where is that?
It's showing a different thing. And now it's showing that too. That's interesting. Both showed this, but both also showed a different image before. Curious.
Detective.
And
I was wondering when you were going to show up. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. I understand you are working for Jeremy Hartwood's niece.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're not wrong. We came here for her uncle. I just didn't expect... I didn't expect this. You are Dr. Gray, right?
That's right. You don't happen to have some identification, Detective. I'm not keen on having strangers prying into my business. Oh, Detective Edward Carnby, Decatur Street, New Orleans. Enjoying the Vieux Carré, Detective? Those old French quarters, the voodoo people, the gangsters. I'm sure you live an exciting life.
Well, it's not quite like the stories, Doc. Just trying to make a living.
Aren't we all making a living? Well, welcome to Deseto, Detective. I hope your time here will be useful. Now, what can I do for you?
Why don't you tell me where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Why wouldn't that make for a short visit? I wish I could tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know. A drink, Detective?
Anything brandy.
Oh, you do belong in the French Quarters, Detective. Armagnac or cognac?
You know, just give me the cheap stuff. I'm not much of a connoisseur.
Having low standards is not a virtue, Detective. Let me see if I can broaden your perspective.
What can you tell me about Jeremy?
I wouldn't want to go into details about his condition. Doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Sure, but he is crazy, and he's gone missing. Why?
Here, try this.
Ooh, it's good. Got a bite?
It's called a sidecar. The trick is not to be afraid of the tartness of the lemon. Then, for goodness sake, don't overdo the triple sec.
Okay, what can you tell me about Jeremy?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, constantly worried about events not presenting themselves according to his model of predestination. He complains about things not being carried out in the right order, and that some things simply shouldn't be. Is any of this helpful to you?
Not really. I was hoping for some direction, where to look next.
I'm sorry. I have nothing for you then. You should talk to my orderlies. They have been looking for him for a while now. I'm sure they would appreciate your help.
Yeah, I ran into Batiste earlier. Come to think of it, he might have given me a lead.
Oh, excellent. So your investigation is already underway.
I'm gonna go, but I'm sure we'll meet again.
Looking forward to it. Safe returns.
Now I'm even more sus about the Doctor.
Detective Carnby, where did you go?
I was just talking to Dr. Gray.
You disappeared.
No, it's not what you think. Have you found anything strange going on here?
Yes. Everyone is being incredibly evasive and I can't figure out why.
No, I mean something you can't explain. Paranormal, even.
Detective, I really need you to get yourself together. I can't do this alone.
Forget it. I'll figure it out.
Do you want to come see Dr. Gray?
No, I want to try something. With this talisman, I think I can follow Jeremy to the place he mentioned in the book. What was the name? Do you remember something Spanish? Tarawea. Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Detective, are you gonna be all right?
Yeah, of course. Go talk to Dr. Gray. We'll rendezvous later.
Listen, you expect,
This talisman brought me back from the French Quarter in the blink of an eye. If Jeremy can travel so easily, then he could be hiding anywhere. Even Tarawea. If he can do it, so can I. I just need to figure out how the talisman works.
You expect, 1930s American private detective to have any understanding of Spanish. I don't know. Why does Jeremy want to go there? So that was the doctor's office. And now we have the orderly set of keys, which has opened up some...
I need the key.
Opened up some opportunities. Yes, and everywhere I go, I too see nice beaches.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right now, it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
Yeah, I already took a look. There's one of the things there, but I don't know how to get it.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is DeSeto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits. Magdalena Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at DeSeto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the first floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course Cassandra Beauregard live on the second floor.
I'm curious as to... Because now the game has become kind of a mixture of 1 and 2, right?
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
Okay, that's good to know. And for those who don't know the importance of Grace Saunders, well, you can watch my video on YouTube.
Cassandra Beauregard, the beloved author. Very exciting, isn't it? What do you want to put down for reason for admission?
What her agent told us. Cassandra suffers from writer's block and needs to finish her moving picture script before the end of June. Mr. Chardot suggests Cassandra's heavy use of barbiturates is holding her back and risks ruining her career.
And how should we summarize her personal history?
Let's keep it short. Cassandra Beauregard is a beloved crime author who managed to pull herself out of poverty and into stardom. 5 years ago, she tried killing herself by jumping off a balcony. The incident left her a cripple, and now relies heavily on her wheelchair.
And for diagnostic impressions?
Cassandra suffers chronic back pain following her suicide attempt. She self-administers morphine to keep herself ambulant, but has become addicted, and the desired effect is now lost. The drug abuse clouds her mind, and she is unable to focus on real life. To save herself from this insight, she instead makes up stories to fill out the gaps in her own thought process, resembling the Korsakoff syndrome.
Oh, bravo, Doctor. How will you treat her?
First of all, she needs to be weaned from her drug addiction, and hopefully it will resolve her compulsive lying. Then look into permanently numbing her pain in her back through surgery. Finally, deal with her suicidal thoughts.
Fantastic. With such a short time before June, I really hope she gets better soon.
We will do what we can.
Grace Saunders, 11 years old. Reason for admission?
This I'm most interested in.
The mother insists on strict supervision by a proper gentleman to avoid further perversion of Grace's adolescence.
What the fuck does that mean?
Grace's family possesses modest wealth and status. Her childhood seems ordinary, spending most of her time with private teachers and family friends. Grace's father recently passed away, leaving her mother the sole caregiver.
And diagnostic impressions?
Grace has trouble dealing with her father's death. She is willingly suppressing her feelings on the matter and isn't properly acknowledging the trauma she suffered.
Any planned treatment?
Grace needs nothing out of the ordinary. She simply needs parental guidance. Eventually, we can work on her feelings toward her father.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll finish the paperwork and get her installed.
I was hoping for a little bit more juice.
Malcolm McCarthy, 54 years of age. Reason for admission?
McCarthy admitted himself to Dorsetto, stating simply that he needs some damn rest.
And personal history?
McCarthy claims he used to work as a lawyer in Baton Rouge, but says he can't go into details because of some legal dispute. His background remains largely a mystery, except for the occasional clue that he drops in conversation.
Huh. And diagnostic impressions?
McCarthy is an anxious man and an alcoholic. He often tells half-truths due to some deep-seated inability to trust other people.
And how will you treat that?
McCarthy will take some time to open up. Spending time with Jack's dog or the child should be good for him. Their harmless nature will help build his sense of trust.
Thank you, Doctor. Elisabetta Perosi, 33 years old? What should I put down as reason for admission?
Well, Perosi broke into Dorsetto and was found wandering the grand parlor. She was confused and suffered partial amnesia. She insisted she belonged here and offered to pay for her stay.
Right. What do you make of her story?
Perosi claims to have been a member of the Astarte artist colony some 20 years ago, a claim that seems contrafactual due to her young age. She looks to be and even thinks she is 33 years of age. That would make her a child at the time. It seems fair to say that Perosi's story is untrue, deliberately so or not.
Diagnostic impressions? Do you have anything?
Perosi's story is peculiar, because she retracted her story about the artist colony. She no longer claims to be the same person as Elisabetta Perosi. However, my staff's research has confirmed there was a Perosi at that time who was in her early 30s.
I suppose this case will take some time to investigate. How will you go about it?
I wanted to contact the real Perosi, but it seems the whole colony disappeared one night. September 29th, 1915, during a hurricane. I will have to take it slow and figure out what this spell of impersonation could have been.
Oh, I'm sure it will all clear up eventually. Thank you, Doctor. Ruth Talon, 29 years of age. Reason for admission?
Ruth's father wishes that his daughter be removed from New Orleans nightlife for the foreseeable future. He fears that her overly free spirit is tarnishing the family's reputation.
Sounds simple enough. Personal history?
Ruth comes from considerable wealth. Her family owns several hotels and restaurants. Unlike the rest of the family, her sense of adventure has taken her around the world, including France during the Great War as a photojournalist. The last decade, she has provoked many rumors of being a debauched flapper, bordering on nymphomania.
And diagnostic impressions?
Despite her father's frivolous reasons for her to be admitted, Ruth does seem to provide an interesting case. She is refreshingly open and doesn't shy away from talking about her life during the war or her continuous celebration after returning to the States. She is admittedly a sexual deviant and feels no remorse.
And her treatment plan?
Simply staying at Derceto should do wonders for Ruth. If not, at least for her family's reputation. Ruth doesn't need to change, but with therapy I might be able to share with her some sympathy towards her family. I doubt she will settle down and become as dull as the rest of them, but at least she might try to be more discreet in the future.
And quite
All the patient files except for Jeremy's.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say there. Interestingly, one patient file was missing.
Looks sturdy. Doubt I'll be opening this.
I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend.
Yes, like saying they are someone, but then that being impossible and stuff. No politic here.
I need the key.
No politik. There's some curious sculptures.
I need the key. What's that stain? Looks like some kind of rot. This must be the clock mentioned in the commonplace book. This looks like the thing that held the talisman in the French Quarter, but it's broken and missing some pieces.
So we need to get the part that is in the well. Yeah, assuming the Derceto isn't built in a way which is impossible eventually, because I wouldn't be surprised if that would be the case in some instances. Hello.
What a strange but beautiful room. Are these zodiac signs?
Who was in room 6 again? Rossi. The maybe Italian, maybe not.
The Astarte Artist Colony. I'm pretty sure they had a Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain when I was a child.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
Okay, so...
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device. My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return. Jeremy.
I am very curious about... Okay, so the notes about this astrological signs and this, and also the lock, must be somehow connected, right?
There's some aggressive-looking rot on these paintings.
Alright, and there are 6 of these. Okay. I wonder if I'm... Okay. Explanation. There were 6 names. Only 3 of the names were found in here. Then I took the order of the names on the wall from left to right. Then I took the numbers above those names, looked up the corresponding symbols in here, and inserted them into the lock. And yes, the atmosphere changed. Immediately after doing the thing. Oh my fucking god, we're in Asmongold's room. Ew, 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 ew. I don't want to go through that. Okay, I have some criticisms about the game,
Back to normal.
but they are 100% personal gripes. And not a condemnation of the quality of the game. Specifically of the annelid kind. I don't mind the other bugs that much. But, you know.
I can't leave. I need to find Jeremy.
Alright, so we need to get the piece from the well.
I need the key.
But hey, it is making me uncomfortable, which is a very good thing for a game such as this. Zach, she's a nymphomaniac.
Good evening, Miss Hartwood. That is your name, isn't it? I would be terribly embarrassed if it wasn't.
You're right. Emily Hartwood. Jeremy's niece. Nice to meet you.
Ruth Talon. Is that Perique you're smoking? How terribly quaint.
Maybe so, but I like it.
Would you care to share some? That smell is making me feel very nostalgic.
Well, I guess we know that she swings every single way.
Is it all that you hope for?
I enjoy your light mockery, Miss Hartwood. I can tell we would make great friends.
How flattering. Too bad you're locked up in this place.
Your insincerity is really refreshing. I wish you were mad as I am. Then you could stay.
Give it a few years and I might just be. Lunacy is one of my family's few privileges.
Oh, good. I'll be looking forward to it.
You don't know anything about what happened to Jeremy, do you?
Everyone here is
Well,
really
she
strange.
checked that ass.
And it's hard to know what to make of anything you hear. Occasionally, it sounds quite exciting, though. Good versus evil and all that. I'm sorry, but I don't think I have anything useful to share.
It doesn't matter. Thank you for the much-needed break.
Bon voyage.
But yeah, even in the room when we solved the puzzle, the change in background audio and the slight difference in color grading, you know, while you might not immediately notice those changes, but once you start to realize that there are those changes, you notice that, okay, now something is very much different.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana, Thierry Bricklow, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of Perique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Derceto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft. People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Derceto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Derceto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years, as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers, but the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Leras of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed. The following year, Ledoux rebuilt their chateau, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith. The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of their chateau, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artists' colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of their chateau still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
Okay, so this was about 20 years before the events of the game. Well, not that much, 15 years before the events of the game. But it also makes sense for the devs to kind of mix the lore of 1 and 2, because in the end, by the time of Alone in the Dark 3, all of the games ended up being connected. And all of the things went back to Ezekiel Pregst. Including, which is kind of exactly why I am intrigued by certain existing things that have been found.
Are you reading anything good?
A Brightness from Afar by Lord Boleskine? It's actually not bad.
Especially since in that book we found out about stories about missing children, for example. You know.
You know where Detective Carnby is?
Oh, you don't need him. You're doing fine.
I should probably go.
Until next time, chérie.
Yeah, this is this version where people are in seems to be, I mean, it could not be. Because this is the thing. Because the current assumption is pretty much that this house that is, you know, all good and nice and everything, the assumption has kind of been that this is the real one that exists in the current world, right? But what if this is the fantasy? What if there is no What if there is no institution? What if none of these people actually exist? What if all of these are... Exactly. Because in the book too, it was abandoned just like 15 years ago. So in that time, somebody has then bought it and renovated it completely, put this into a fucking mental institution. What if there is no mental institution? What if this is just a dilapidated mansion that has been abandoned since the artist colony vanished in 1917? Or 1915, which one was it? One or the other. In the 1910s. God, I love this. This is a good game. Hi, Infinities. I'm so frigging intrigued about where this is going. I want that. I mean, I gotta try. It's gonna be one bullet. Damn it. Yeah, I'm guessing I can't just break it like that.
It's wet shut.
I'm guessing I need something for this. Mono!
Alone in the dark is this? Alone in the dark, alone in the dark, or alone in the dark?
It's Alone in the Dark. Also, you have to play this. Like, seriously, you have to play this. Like, I am thoroughly invested. Yeah, I don't want to say too much, because, Mono, you fucking need to play this. And it doesn't matter if you've played the old ones, even though this is a reboot. Because it's not a remake, it's a reboot. It has allusions to the originals, but it is not one-to-one thing. And so far, I'm mind blown. I'm loving this so much. This is wonderful. And you need to play this. This has some stuff which I know absolutely that you would love in the way the story is told. Also, fuck me, that startled me. Oh my fucking god, I just got one thing, but I'm not gonna say anything. Mono? Mono, I love you, man. And I appreciate the 42 months of being a citizen of the wonderful country of Total Real Finland trademarked. Yes, because you have to play this, and I'm gonna say something which is going to spoil something big. I love you, man. But seriously, this needs to be played blind. Exactly, Theron. I kinda hate saying that, but this is fantastic, and you need to play this. I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna have this at some point. That's gonna be fucking certain. And now we're gonna get into parts that are gonna be kinda spoilery, because I just noticed something which I think kind of explains a lot about some of these things. Shan used the perfect word. Oh hell yeah, I am, Theron. Shan used the perfect word for this, which was memories, reflections. Because remember the history of Derceto that we just read. Now look at where we are. No, I didn't think it was unintentional. But I didn't expect it to go this far. In the game. Because now we have another version. Which is the version that was here in the 1800s. How do I... There is something. It's a fight. There is something. Also now this is pretty loud. To be fair, she was in the neighboring room. And we can't get to the neighboring room. And suddenly...
I don't understand what's happening.
I want to check something. Okay. She's properly gone now. I have no idea, Shan. Yeah, I wanted to check. I mean, it did say that opening collections can open something special, give us something special. I don't know what it is, I don't know how... I don't know if we're gonna collect even half of them. I mean, I'm trying to explore as much as I can. Yeah, it is. It's just that the music is so loud. Well, it was more humming than whispering at what I heard. But I didn't want to sit there for too long. Yep, that one kinda did, Roland. Also, how you doing, Roland? Sorry, I'm just super excited about this game. Okay, excuse me, what are you doing?
What are you doing sneaking around? You almost scared me to death.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb your ritual. I wouldn't have guessed voodoo was in practice at a place like this.
The doctor may be all about science, but I know these roots have power.
You know what's going on here? I have a feeling Derceto is cursed.
There are several players with stakes in this game. Derceto isn't cursed or blessed. It's a battleground. And it would all be a lot better if you could get your uncle out sooner than later.
That's all I'm trying to do.
I wish you the best of luck, Miss Hartwood. I really mean that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to look after my gumbo.
And I need to figure out how to get a thing out of a well. Well, we found a cat.
This can't be.
Well, we got a shortcut.
It worked.
I mean, you gotta have priorities.
Now what's this?
I think it's called a water hose. Or can I use only that to kind of do something about... Ooh, what's that? Ah. If we can fill the thingy.
It's
So it
another
rises
piece of
up.
broken plate.
Where is it connected to? The hose is connected to the... Thingy. Thing is connected to the Jose.
There we go.
Ooh, I'm taking a piece. Alright, we can't go back. I wonder how everybody's gonna like us if we're gonna just run around with a gun in our hand. Okay, we can't go there either. I know we could use the ladder to get there, but I kind of want to see what our restrictions are. Huh. No, I do have to go to work soon, unfortunately. I'm just very addicted. Okay, this requires something different. Oh well, I'm gonna load to the next room and then I'm gonna save. Yeah, sadly, because I am loving this. Like, immensely. It's like, seriously. So far, it has exceeded my expectations. Quite massively. I also... Sorry, I'm checking settings. Because I thought I looked a little bit gray. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of little details there that I absolutely adore. It has really been, like, surprisingly fun. I know, it's surprisingly good. Like, that really has surprised me. Because I expected kind of a run-of-the-mill survival horror game. That is basically what I expected. And I am pleasantly surprised that it is something more. Like, most of the time spent in the game has been about exploration and puzzles as well. You know, finding the story, figuring things out, learning more about the house and everything. And survival horror part has been on a... It is a feature, but it's in the back burner, kind of. But unfortunately, I do have to go to work, and I'm gonna be back on Saturday when we're gonna continue this. And I really, really, really do want to continue this. But now I do have to go to work, unfortunately. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. And I'll be back this weekend with more Alone in the Dark 2024. But until then, Fintrovert, signing out.
Next time, obey.
More where that came from.